Sup witches, Celeste and Silver Cord here, and this is a late night special. It is like, I don't know, it's somewhere around 11 o'clock, let me just check, see what time it is. Oh, no, now I'm just touching things on my camera. Oh, it's like 11:08. Wow, it's late. Man, what are you guys doing out there right now? It has been crazy intense. I don't even fucking care. Yeah, I still smoke. It's been super crazy intense. Like, for real, I totally get when people say, like, if you quit all your stuff and da-da-da-da-da, you'll vibrate off the fucking planet at this point. My vices ain't nothing compared to some other people's vices. A lot's going on right now, guys. A lot of towers are happening, and a lot of people get so wrapped up in the fear and the drama of the tower that they are so scared to move on. I have friends that have been telling for months that they needed to, like, separate their fucking finances and shit like that from people and start getting ready because, just the way they were talking about their relationships and stuff like that. Like, I can kind of see the mirroring effect, and I can see it happening across different peoples and different groups along the way. And it's just like, towers don't just happen, people. They don't just happen. I mean, they don't. You're lying to yourself. The reason you're laying there feeling disconnected from the people that are surrounding you right now is because you've been denying a tower this whole time. You've been denying it. You've been sitting there watching it. And don't get me wrong, I love a good thunderstorm. I love it. I do. I love a good thunderstorm. And I've sat on the edge of a peanut field and watched one roll by for hours and never quite make it to my house. They're beautiful, right? But you guys are just sitting on that tower as that storm rolls in, and as it gets worse, and as it gets worse, and as it gets shaking, and it kind of reminds me of, like, I live in the Southeast. When a hurricane is coming and you're sitting there and, first it's the cone of uncertainty. Where is this storm going to go? It can go this way. It can go that way. Maybe it's going to hit your house. And you sit there and you watch it, and you're watching it, and every day it's a little bit closer, and that cone gets a little bit tighter, and it gets a little bit closer, and that cone gets a little bit tighter, right? And then sooner or later you get an evacuation notice, and then it is time. It is time to make a decision. Are you going to evacuate? Or are you going to try to ride that storm out? You're going to try to ride the storm out? You're gonna risk being stuck in your house when it floods and having to be rescued and being everybody else's burden? Isn't that what they say when hurricanes roll in and evacuation orders go out? If you stay and shit gets hairy, one, during the storm, no one can come to save you. They can only come after the storm has passed and conditions are clear again. That's when they can come in to rescue you. And two, you've now made yourself a responsibility for somebody else to help rescue. Just is what it is. Now, if you're in these situations in your life right now where you realize that you need to get out, if you've received your evacuation order, if your spirit guides have been talking to you, have messages been coming into you. I was talking earlier today with my boyfriend about the 5D and how we were talking about how certain celestial spirits do use people who are unawake to bounce around in their use them to direct paths of other people. Keep the game in play. Some come in to raise you up, some come in to pull you back down. Some of you have no clue at all what your 5D selves are trying to do. You think you're connected to them. You think you're aware of what they're doing. You have got no clue. All right? And I know you're dealing with your 3D perspectives right now in your 3D lives, and all that shit is important, and it is tedious paperwork, and it is driving for hours on end. High Priestess, it takes wells of resolve and self-power to get you through these times. But you can get through them. I evacuated for a hurt. Last evacuation I did ended up being one of the best improv 2 vacations of my life. And I'm so glad that I have all those memories, because all those people moved away. And that'll never happen again, but I still have that memory, and it was awesome. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how much things open up when you finally accept things like you are not where you are supposed to be, or you accept that you have a genuine problem and you are going to work on it. You would be amazed at how quickly things in your life begin to change. Relationships open back up with people that you thought you had lost. You'd be amazed at who's actually around to help you. You'd be amazed how much the universe, your guides, and your 5D selves want you guys to do well. They want to get you out of these traps and imprisonments that you guys have put yourselves in. You know, this is really why last year there was this big debate between being independent and having a sense of independence, right? And a lot of people are like, oh, having a sense of independence. No, there's a reason you kind of need to be independent. So that way when you see shit going south, you have an exit strategy. Now, granted, should you be living like that? No, if you're married and everything else, and you should be joint stuff, but you should still have your own freedom if you're in a marriage. It shouldn't be a controlling situation. Now, if you found yourself stuck in a situation where you are completely dependent on the other person, and they hold power over you now because you have put them in that position of power and allowed them to have it, you're receiving judgment. You're receiving judgment for your bad decisions. I know nobody likes to hear that. I've gone through it. I've paid many a debts. And I have forgiven some horrible, horrible things that have happened to me. But there is a point where you need to fess up. Queen of Swords. It's time to start taking control of your words, your minds, your thoughts, your emotions. It's time for you to cut through all the bullshit. The Queen of Swords is not mean. She does not say things just to be malicious. That would be the princess or the page. She doesn't say things just to hurt your feelings. That's reversed. Queen of Swords upright is poised, she's collected, she does what she needs to do, she cuts through the BS, she gets to the root of the problem. The other day I had to go out in my garden, I had vine borers, which are like these grub bugs that get into my squash plants. And I have to go out there with a knife, and I have to cut these parasites out, or else they will kill my plants. That's what you need to do with your sword. If you're in a place right now where you are facing the tower, you have been riding this storm out. If you are in a tower that has been hit by a bunch of storms, it's all struck by lightning and all torn apart, and you're still up there just trying to rebuild the same freaking tower over and over again, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you going to have the same exact argument for the next 10 years of your life? That's the advice I'm coming with. I'm not a grand relationship expert. I've got 2 divorces, but I will tell you, my first marriage, we were married for 7 years, but we were together for 10. The second marriage, I was together with him for 6 years. I know what it means to put in the work. I know what it means to compromise. I know what it means to genuinely love another person. And I know what it is that when that love becomes a problem. And if you can't get past these towers, or these towers keep happening and the same arguments keep happening, you're never going to get back into the sun. You've got to be able to find the root of the problems if you are going to fix the problems. You can't just sit on your laurels anymore. You have to actually work it out. Air it out, guys. I know I keep saying this in all my messages, but that's really what it is. And you would be surprised how much love would probably come out of all of this if you would just own up to when towers are happening and let them happen to you. Because, like, after I said all that, we got the Sun, we got the Prince of Cups, we got the Six of Wands, we got the King of Cups here. Shine some sunlight on the truth. Figure out what the problem is and cut it out. And then that way you can go back to that young love feeling, either with the person you're with now or with another person or in another place or another space or another, whatever the situation you're in right now, because there's so many of you that it's a relationship thing, but there's a lot of you that it's not. You're with somebody and you're working through a traumatic event together right now. But you still need to talk it out. You still need to work it out, and you still need to process through it if you're going to get past it, guys. And you need to be able to reach out to people that you know you can reach out to. That's my purpose. That's why I'm still up this late tonight, because I got a phone call from my family needing help again. And we are trying to work through that, because that is how my family rolls. No one's ever forgotten. Grudges aren't really held. This is not how we roll. We understand everybody from the perspectives that they're at. We honor and respect those who are willing to work on themselves. Those are the people that we are willing to forgive, those who are willing to work on themselves, those who are willing to adapt and change from these trials and tribulations. It's a bit too many. If somebody's working on the problem, by all means, don't give up on it, guys. But if you're doing the same thing over and over again, you got it, the devil. If you're repeating the same toxic cycle over and over again, the universe, or the wheel, I believe that is the wheel, the world, you got to break free of the toxic connections. You got to stop staying with people because you don't want to have to go without sex, or you don't want to have to go without this person because this person feeds you something. They're an enabler for you, for whatever your vices are. They allow you to get away with it, so you're staying with them. It's easier to stay with somebody who will let you get away with your bullshit over and over and over again without having to change than it is to actually change. Vice versa, for the person who is dealing with the person who is using them to enable, and you're just enabling them and going through the same argument over and over and over and over and over again, thinking this person will change. You can't change them. They have to change themselves, and they are using you as an excuse not to change. And that's something you need to address. And if the universe is taking something away from you right now, it's because it's meant to. It's because you're not where you're supposed to be. If you were where you were supposed to be, you wouldn't keep having towers over and over and over again. The universe is talking to you guys. It has been this whole time. I'm not feeding any more of these twin flame rumor narratives and all this other bullshit that everybody's using to distract themselves from facing what is going on in their own 3D lives. I'm not saying the 3D is that important. I'm glad the Earth is raising its frequencies. I guess most people would say that I spent most of my time in 4D anyway. I don't think I've ever really been in 3D. I probably was in my 20s through that. My first toxic marriage, that was probably me running the program. I didn't feel very connected during those times. And we all have to do that. That's part of the game too. You have to run a certain amount of your program. That's your contract. Those are your contracts. Those, I don't know what I was thinking all those years. I feel so stupid for staying with that person and wasting all that. You didn't waste your time. You never wasted your time. I didn't waste those 10 years. I didn't waste those 10 years. Awesome times those 10 years. Awesome times. Family cookouts, parties, laughing, games. I have 2 beautiful children. Don't regret any of it. I learned some very hard lessons about what it takes to make a relationship work. You know, my first husband, I took to marriage counseling. Took him to marriage counseling. Had a counselor actually sit him down and tell him, you're going to need to do this, this, and this, or she is going to leave you. And he didn't do it. My second husband was killing himself. I was doing everything within my power to help him get healthy. And I actually saw it shake around him at one night. The same argument was coming up again. The same excuses were coming up again. And I actually saw the energy shake around him, and I knew that timeline. I knew it. I knew he was going to leave me a widow by 40. And I was like, you're not going to change. And I apparently am too much of an enabler for you to change here with me. Woo! Oh, this little deck. Making Magic actually has Priestess Moon at the bottom there is who made it. Awesome. I like the term priestess better than witch, but a lot of people don't understand what that is, so it's just easier to say witch. What do we got? The Trinic of 5, manifesting money and income. Water, work with the element of water for healing and purification and reinforcements. The festival creates energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. And the Philosopher's Stone, the power to manifest, the powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. So, the universe is telling you to allow these towers to happen. Allow these things to come and go. Allow that ebb and flow of the universe to happen for you. For right now, you should focus on manifesting some money and income. There's probably plenty of things that you could be doing and working on, or things that you've been slacking on that you can be working on to improve your finances, especially if you're in a situation that you are trying to leave. For those of you who are entangled in a relationship where your money is entangled, or you're in a partnership like a work partnership, focus on ways of protecting your income and segregating it from those who are towering away from you. Work with water. I say this all the time. I'm a big proponent for shower and bath rituals and rain rituals for purifying and, this says refinement, for healing, purification, and refinement. So you need to heal yourself from the devil energies that you've got going on. Whatever you're enabling, whatever addictions or whatever you're enabling for these other people, you're also getting something off of them. Nobody's innocent in these connections. Just because your vice is legal or it's not considered an intoxicant like alcohol or, whatever. You can be addicted to, maybe you're addicted to sex with your partner. Maybe you're addicted to, you could be addicted to video games. You could be addicted to a number of things, and you enable your partner their addictions because they've been enabling yours. And it's time to purify yourself and ask yourself these hard questions about why you've been allowing this toxic relationship with these same arguments to go over and over again, and clear yourself of it. Once you clear yourself of these things that don't no longer serve you, these people, places, and things, and allow these towers to wash away these things, that is what opens up that energetic field. You feel lonely with the person you are now, and you cannot manifest this energy. And this is what a lot of us have been actually working towards. I've been talking with a lot of my friends about trying to plan some kind of camping trip or something along those lines where we can all get together. And this creates the energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. It is important that you go ahead and you plan. How am I doing on time? You plan for the future and put in plans with people that you love and you do want to be with, so that those plans can come into fruition. And what was the last one I got here? The Philosopher's Stone. Powerful manifestation and wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. The universe is answering wishes for you right now. You don't see that's what it's doing because it has a funny way of doing things for you. But it is doing that for you. It is manifesting. It is trying to manifest this party for you. It's trying to manifest this party with your soul tribe for you. But it has to tower out everything not on those frequencies. All right, guys, I am out of time for tonight. I love you. Blessed be all those who walk these paths with me. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, subscribe, spank that bell, comment below. Let me know how you're doing. I'm going to start leaving my email below for you guys, so you can email me questions if you want me to tap into anything else. And yeah, blessed be. Talk to you later.